Well, welcome to what is actually my first ever video blog. So I'm going to be doing a series of vlogs. They're going to be a little bit mixed. It's not a set challenge or anything like that, just more of a video diary of my fishing. I've just joined a new lake in the heart of Shropshire, a lovely wild mere. Been tidied up over the last couple of years, so it's a stunning venue. Not a big one and a little bit different to where I'm usually used to. You might see that in some of the vlogs coming in the future. I feel like the fishing will be mixed between the two lakes, to be honest. So this is actually my second session on this venue. I did a overnighter maybe about 4 weeks ago. Didn't catch anything. Not too disheartened because again, it's all a learning curve, especially on a new lake. From what I've heard from the regulars, it fishes slightly different to what I'm used to. You'll see when I vlog on the other lake, it's massive beds of boilie spread across pads, lots of big fish, but tons, literally metric tons of roach and tench. The biomass is quite dense really for the size of the lake, so you need to feed them a lot of food. The roach are quite happy to pick up 15, 18 mil boilies because they go up to like 3.5 pound in there, tench up to like 7 or 8. But enough on that venue. We're at this venue, a little bit different, not as highly stocked. I think there's only about 50 carp in here. Not a big lake though, not a big lake, so they're catchable from what I can see. So yeah, this is the start of 2 nights, and fingers crossed, across the 2 nights we get lucky. So yeah, just thought I'd give you a quick recap of my season so far. Changed sponsors in sort of January time to CC Moore and Avid, where I'd been with Nash Tackle for a very long time. So getting used to some new gear, but everything I've really enjoyed using so far anyway. But less about the sponsors and more about the fishing. I've caught quite a few fish in the spring. I had a wicked spring. I mean, that's obviously when boilies come into their own. The first time I took Pro Stim Liver to my local syndicate, I whacked out the lake record mirror, 38.5 pound. Stunning fish, which actually, believe it or not, I've caught again this season at a mega spawned out weight over Odyssey. So two different boilies on 2 different occasions. But yeah, I had some good fish up to 38. I think I've had a couple of sort of close to 30s, lots of sort of singles and doubles as well, because there's sort of bits of everything in my syndicate. But yeah, that's been my fishing so far, and that's on the one syndicate that you're not seeing during this part of the vlog. Possibly might see a bit more later on. Got all sorts of reeds, pad lines, and then where I am this evening casting to, I've got pad lines there. I will show you more close-ups. There's a pad line just there also I'm casting to. I've got 2 rods to kind of spread between that area of the lake. Very carpy looking bay, all sorts to go at, little holes, lily pads. So I have been told in good confidence that there is a decent head of fish that likes to hang around there, and lots actually that travel up and down here. They sort of travel from there all the way across here, and then you do find their backs out of the water coming across here. But at some point across the patrol route, hopefully they'll be back in this little bay that I'm fishing now. Just a little bit on the rig I'm using. We all know choddies pretty much fish anywhere, and because I felt the lead down, and it's slightly soft silt, but it's not too bad at all. But I have actually fished here before, and when I was using wafter rigs, even with PVA bags, there was kind of a little bit of detritus on the hook, and I just think choddies, they just fail safe. Prefer to fish them as a hinge stiff, to be brutally honest, but I think there's too much evidence that you slightly pick out the better fish when you fish it as a hinge stiff. But that for me is my go-to this session. Don't want to go waffle on too much about rigs, but I'm sure you've seen the doubled up sort of section of hinge stiffs or chodlings now, a little bit like basically a multi-rig, but you have a look, it's doubled up chodling with a hook bead. So it just means I can change the hook whenever I need to, if it dulls after a take or a fish. But that's a little rig I'm using. Oh. 30 years old and I'm already making noises when I sit down. It's not a good sign really, is it? Anyway, we're we're all in, we're all set up for the first night. Getting on now, not far off getting dark, but nothing as of yet, but very early doors. Here's to hoping you'll be seeing me this evening with a big black common. I've made a huge error. I've just cooked my breakfast, opened up my bag, got no brown sauce. I've got to scran all that without my favourite sauce. Rookie error. I don't know whether I'm more upset by the fact I haven't got any brown sauce, or the fact that the coots are playing havoc with me, hence the nothingness action on that alarm just before. It's not going very well. Well, it's been a tough out session, to be honest. Second night, get my first bite. It's absolutely done me in the pads. Caught me so off guard, to be honest. I thought, I'll be honest with you, I've had quite a few beeps this session where nothing's come of it. I've looked, it's been a coup picking up the rig, and Yeah, caught me completely off guard, and got to the rod. It's done me pretty quick in the pads. It's not that dense though. Yeah, I'm used to fishing pads a lot worse than the ones I'm fishing to here. But literally, as soon as I got to the rod, it was in the pads, and it did start to move. I probably had it on, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, but and it's done me literally on the edge of the pads because I've seen it ripple as the hooks popped out. But gutter. But I've got tonight, I've got tomorrow morning, so hopefully something will make up for it. But I'm not in the best mood. Well, you join me back for part 2 of the vlog. I'm not at the same place I was before. This is the syndicate I was on about earlier in the vlog. The revenge on that place will have to wait for now. I've come to my local syndicate, the one I know and love. Been a member here for a very long time. My fishing's been a bit like here, there and everywhere, because of doing socials, just things in life that creep in the way and just stop you from fishing. So I just fancied a little bit of familiar fishing and good chance of some carp. So hopefully this half will be a little bit more exciting. Well, I'll be honest with you, I'm surprised this is still fighting and kicking. What a fight this fish has just given me. Crazy. I must have had it on 10-15 minutes. It didn't even get me in the pads either. It just kept going. It just kept running and kept running and kept running. But what a beaut. Definitely feels like it makes up a little bit for poor session I had last week, but beautiful colours on this one, absolutely stunning. Good morning. Finally, after last week's grueler, I've managed to bag one. So lovely dark common, 19.2. It come out at, felt pretty spawned out, but not to be surprised in August. It's been a warm summer anyway, so yeah, buzzing. That fish, just honestly one of the best fights I've ever had. It was nice because it comes straight away from the pads. I'm sorry I didn't get the footage off the take. There weren't much to the take, to be honest. It literally, I was about 2 minutes away from getting my camera out onto the rods, and the rod tip's just gone over. I've literally had one beep, because that's what it's like really here, because you're fishing so locked up. You're not getting like you're just getting one beep, two beeps, and you got to be on your rods. So you didn't really miss much in terms of the take, but the fight, my god. But we got it in, and it's a lovely carp, so good way to start the session. Fingers crossed, more to come. Well, just like buses, don't get any of the first session. Two. Two very angry commons. There he is. Lovely little black common again. Lovely colours this time of year, but a bit smaller than the first one. Not kind of what we're after, but the lake is full of these. A few people dropped actually because of it, but I still like catching them. Don't get me wrong, would I prefer this at 30 odd pound? Of course, but lovely to have two fish in one morning, especially when they look like these. Well, just thought we'd give a little catch up. Had the two fish this morning, which was very nice indeed. Hoping for more a little bit later on. Bite time's probably about now onwards. I'm recording this at about 5 o'clock. So yeah, I think gets to about 7, and then that's when you can maybe start expecting some bites. So yeah, fingers crossed we get something tonight, and if we do, I'll let you know. Well, good morning. I may look a bit dishevelled because I've not had much sleep at all. Now, usually that would mean lots of fish. Kind of. I had one, had a take last night around about 1:30, which unfortunately did me in the pads. It is quite expected here. I remember when I first joined this place, someone told me, you're kind of lucky to land 1 in 2 when the pads are this bad. Obviously we drop the lead, and if we need to, we get out in the boat, but they're so crafty in here. They'll do you in the pad before you even know. Like you'll be on the edge, you'll have tension, and then gone, all of a sudden gone. So there we go. But I then got woken up by the low battery alarm on my receiver. I think that was about 3. And then, yeah, just as it got light, about, I think it was about 5, half 5 this morning, we've had one. So let's get her out and show you. Well, one angry common this morning, but another nice little one. Did think we might be in for some bigger fish last night, but hasn't happened. But to be honest, 3 carp, 4 takes, it's pretty good going on this place. You usually generally nick 1, can have 2 to 3 on good sessions. So yeah, 4 bites is pretty good. All lovely little commons. Like I say, shame a big one hasn't come along, but who knows? I have got a couple of hours left, so it's not over till the fat lady sings.